I'm Lisa Burkhart, and I am just a part of the business, but I do a lot of the work on the back end. And I live here with my husband, Ryan, and we have 3 boys, Lawson, Ryer, and Weston, who are probably the biggest part of the business in the fact of just caring for dogs and loving puppies and bringing friends over to love puppies. It is definitely a family affair. I wanted to be a vet before I went into nursing school. So I've always loved animals. I grew up with horses and I had every animal that my mom would let me have. Once we had kids, kind of had to downsize all of that. I wanted to stay home with them from the get-go, but it wasn't really a reality until I had the idea to have puppies. So we bred Ruby, was our first dog that we bred. Did over the summer and fell in love with it and had good results with the families that got the puppies and good testimonials. So decided to just jump in and have done that since 2017. We are very different from pretty much every breeder that I know. We're very small, so it's between 2 and 4 in a year. Typically they don't overlap, so we can give the most care to the family that they go home to help them be as prepared as possible, as well as to each puppy that's born here. The best start to that is picking a healthy mom that lives a really good life. My biggest philosophy was I didn't want to have dogs that were kenneled, and so we have a lot of acreage here, but we have about 10 acres of an underground fence that our moms live a very free life, which is what I wanted. We have 2 retired now. Aggie and Ruby are both retired, and then Vernie lives with us. We only have 3 dogs, and then our other moms live very close to us in guardian homes, so they can live in a family setting and still be well loved and cared for. And we figured 3 to 4 is our maximum here. We definitely feel that if you have a happy, healthy mom that's not anxious and not in a kennel, she's going to produce the best puppies. And we've definitely experienced that. We've been very blessed that we've found local boys. They all have to be genetically tested, and then our females are all genetically tested. You don't want to breed a dog that might carry something that's not going to produce a puppy that would have that, but if you bred to another carrier, then you would have puppies with that. So we're very cautious with who we pick for the right mom. They're kind of with our philosophy that it's a family, well-loved dog, not from another breeder that is, pretty sad how they can be treated. All of the males that we use, we own one and it lives with my parents, but the other ones live in a family home again too, so they're not a kenneled dog, which might not seem as important for the dad, but it actually is very important on just the genetics of what you're passing on to the puppies, that they're a calm, kind, not aggressive dog, and live their best life with their families too. First 3 days are pretty critical. You're mainly just touching a puppy just to make sure that their weight is where it needs to be, that they're warm enough, and that they're nursing like they should. But at day 3, we start very intentionally doing ENS time. It's basically where we do stimulations very methodically every day. After the first week, we do it twice a day to acclimate their nervous system and their cardiac system so that they're a healthier dog long term. It helps with decreased anxiety and changes in their life down the road. They're going to adapt to a lot better just because of the things that we do neurologically with them. From that 3 days on to about 4 weeks, we are done doing that. It's kind of an odd thing, but you tip them right side up, and it's been very scientifically proven that this is helpful. Do it for 5 seconds, then you tip them upside down for 5 seconds, then you put them on their back for 5 seconds, then you put them on a cold surface for 5 seconds, and you gradually make the time a little bit longer each time. It's our favorite time with the puppies, so that's definitely super helpful. It's the puppy culture method, so that's what we follow very closely. At week 4, we start putting the puppies in a crate for just a short period of time, and we gradually make that a little bit longer until they go home, and they'll spend 2 naps up to about 2.5 hours each time in a crate by themselves. So they go home with a lot of great experience in a crate. No puppy at that age is potty trained. It's just their body's not ready for that, but they're on a really good start. By the time they go home, every poop and pee is done outside. We have a doggy door so that they can learn that process. So they're well on their way to being easily potty trained when that time comes for their body to be fully ready for that. By the end of the time that they're with us, usually the last 2 weeks, we give them exposure to being in the car. if it's during the school year, we pick up and drop off every day, so there's always opportunity for that. Otherwise, we just make intentional trips with puppies to give them that exposure to being in a car. We live remote, but I tell you what, everybody in the area knows that I breed dogs, and so we are very strategic to not overstimulate, but we planfully have different ages and sizes of kids and adults, and they all call it their puppy therapy. So we sit and chat, and that's my social time too. We're very intentional with socializing the puppies. Our logo is loved in our home until they are in your arms, and we take that pretty seriously. Like with our children, this is a huge part of the way that they have experienced the world. Like, they love our dogs and they love having dogs, and so we truly love the animals that are in our home, and feel like that best has prepared them to come into other families' homes.